Hey guys, today we're going to be drawing a Shelby Cobra just like that. Thanks you guys for tuning in. I've got my lizard here on my desk just chilling with me, but I'm going to get this guy all set up here. A couple of you guys had asked me some questions when I was doing my cartoon art, exactly what I need to do when I lay out a drawing, and so I'm going to kind of give you an idea. Put this guy over here real quick. Okay, one of the things that I normally do when I lay out my horizon line like this, I'm going to put my phone down so I can show you here real quick. Hopefully that's okay. Okay, so when I'm laying out a drawing like this, I'll try to draw it so you guys can see it here. I'm putting in my horizon line just like this. But what I do is I kind of draw an egg shape. If you can see, an egg shape that looks basically something, I'm going to draw it hard like this. A hard egg shape, roughly. Now that's going to be the dimensions of where my car is going. So if you can see it so it's not distorted, something like that. Now from that, the front of my car here, okay, the edge of where that light is going to be, the next part is probably going to be here. Obviously this is going to be the back, and then the top of the lights are basically going to slope down this way. So there's a perspective way down here. This is where this is going to go. And so then again, everything would kind of slant this way. You're going to have your tire that's going to be probably from this dimension here, and then the back tire that's going to run this. But this from this corner point of your light, this is going to basically drop back like this. So you kind of want to basically build your car roughly like this. Does that kind of make sense? I'm kind of using that whole egg shape basically to define and establish what I'm doing here. So now guys, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and ink up this Shelby drawing that I'm working on here. And so I'll go ahead and start it up real quick. All right, let's do this. Now I kind of did a real rough to get the ball rolling here. So here we go. And I just took my lizard out of the sun, so he's really active right now. That's why he's just running all over the place. Normally he just sits there, but I just took him from outside, so he's all amped up. Batteries are all charged. I hope you guys can see that okay. Now these Shelby Cobras are pretty sweet cars. Always loved them. Love the shape, love the really common features that you see. Super fast, 400 plus horsepower, and I'm really light-bodied cars. So with this, when I look at the Shelby Cobra from here, what I'm basically seeing is I'm looking at what really stands out to me. And obviously, if I'm looking at the face of that mouth part is just like a huge big mouth bass. So I really want to emphasize what's going on there. Okay. There we go, and it's got some, looks like some air takes on the side. It does have an air intake here as well. It's got some things in here. So kind of what I want to do is I really want to darken this area up in here to define what's going on. I'm going to put in my horizon line. So again, if I follow the same structure that I did for that drawing here, I've got this kind of egg type of shape that is pulling everything from there. I'm going to finish up here. Now I'm going to draw these wheels a little bit differently than how I typically draw wheels. Normally when I arch my wheels in, I kind of draw them all the way to the ground, but because this one's actually going to have a little bit fatter wheels, I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to add a little bit of perspective to your wheels. You kind of add a circle within a circle. So with this, I'm darkening this part up because this tire has a little bit of a lip on it here. And then it tucks inside and then it goes into your rim like that. There we go. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys can see that okay. There we go. And so if I was gonna darken this one in here, I'm just gonna kind of add to this. Then I've got a rim that is inside of this as well. Again, I would darken that up in there. Some people like to take their shapes and pull them up this way. All right, now the rim on this thing goes like this. These spokes come down and they kind of share a spoke like this. Let's do a quick 12-minute doodle for you guys. Let's see what's going on here. Again, I'm going to darken up in between here. There we go. Okay, darkening up the spots that are inside of here as well. Okay. My reference picture back down on here. All right, now moving to the back. The back is really cool. It's on the back. I've got the definite feature on this is I've got this definitely stands out, this exhaust pipe. So I really want to hit that and really make that a key feature as well. Darken that guy in. Again, if I'm going to chrome it, you guys know how I normally do that. I put a horizon line on there, darkening that up, defining that. And then where it comes from, this tire, this fiberglass body is going to roll over the top of this. It's got a little bit of a lip here, but this thing shoots high like that. Now I'm going to tuck my tire in a little bit like this. Okay. There we go. That would be the edge of my tire here. Like that. There we go. You guys can see that okay? Okay. Then again, wherever the line is here, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to kind of put a white, kind of like an outline around it. So I don't touch here and I don't touch here because I want to be able to make that thing stand out from this car. Now on this thing's going to roll around like that. I know I have a mirror that sits like that. Again, chrome effect here. Let's put on that. Okay. There we go. This does have a hood scoop on it on these Shelby Cobras as well, so I'm going to darken that up inside, bring that down. Now on these cars, another cool feature is pretty recognizable. It's got this roll bar that runs, and so for me, I kind of like to over-exaggerate things on that. So I'm going to go super fat on this rounded roll bar that sits in the back like this. There we go. And I'm going to put, it's got a piece that runs in the back, so everything in the back of here is going to be dark because the dark recedes. This thing's going to run through like this. And if you shade it wherever it hits your glass, if you put anything that you're putting behind your glass in the background and you kind of shade it in and really don't put a hard outline, it gives the impression of depth that it goes back there. So hopefully that's going to help you guys as well. Okay, there's that. Again, I'm going to put in my cartoon steering wheel here. There we go. Like that. This guy's going to run. Okay. Now, on these Shelbys, as I said, defining where your center line is of your car is very important, because then that's going to help us as we're tackling this out and putting these stripes on there. So I know that this is my middle point here, and it's going to kind of go up to the middle point of this car. So I'm going to basically put in my stripes. Wherever it touches here, I'm gonna go up rather than drawing a straight line, because this is gonna be a little bit rounded here. So I'm pulling my line up like this. That makes sense like that. Same thing down here where that's at. My line's in between here, it runs down like that. You know, I could, if I wanted to, color in the car as well, and because the light source is coming from here and this is a rounded area, I'm going to have a shadow that kind of runs like this. So this area here, I can darken this up, kind of fade it down. It's going to give a little bit of dimension as well. Again, this is something that you could do if you were going to color it in. I may take this car and redo it and do a lesson on shading and things like that. There we go. So roughly, this should be probably darker here. Roughly, that's pretty much it. There's your Shelby Cobra. Again, I'm going to go through. I'm going to outline my object so it stands out in here. Anywhere where the tire does overlap like this, I'm going to have a shadow in here. There's going to be some pieces where this is going to connect like this, and so I'm going to fit through that there like that. And darken that thing up. Darken those pieces up there. Again, if this is going to be a darker car, I want my obviously the shadow on here to be a different color than the car. So then that's when I could start, you know, detailing up and adding some, you know, extra pieces in here, adding my reflections and whatnot, making everything stand out. But that's really easy to do with marker and pen. Same is true as here. Easy to kind of bounce this guy around like that. But this would kind of give you basically a rough idea like that. So, and there you go. Hopefully that helps. Again, I'll sign my name here. And this is going to put Shelby Cobra. There you go. If you have any questions, email me, Micah@micahdoodles.com, and I'll get those things taken care of for you. Thanks.